Okay, so today our time is almost 2 o'clock, right? Alright, so let's just begin. So welcome Emily Lin, is our guest lecture today. And actually today is not only lecture, we have a workshop. So we hope every student can interact with our guest. Yeah. And Emily, you already know something about her. I post her information on our registration page, our event page. Okay. So and then she will also introduce herself a bit later. So let's give time to Emily. Welcome.
Hi, thanks everyone. I think I'm going to stand up and then I'll sit down. And I know this is an English program course, but if you don't understand anything I said, please just raise your hand and I will speak in Chinese for you.
Sure.
So I can speak both, but I'll mainly speak in English. I'll try to speak a bit slow. So is this okay? You understand? Okay, thank you, Jerry. So today, the topic, I'm actually not here to talk about music that much because I know all of you are from the music department, the sound technology, and I know you probably be more professional than me. So today I'm going to talk about how I use throughout these years. I have a lot of experiences in cross-disciplinary. Do you understand what it's 跨域, right? So I have a lot of experience in this kind of job and work. So I want to share with you how I work with the team and my mindset is. And I hopefully during the workshop, you can also have a go at your own thinking, cross-disciplinary. So that starts, so that's my topic today. So, but before we go on, number one, I would like to get to know you. So we're gonna play a little game. I'll tell you what the game is. And then we'll go into design thinking time. I already set up some projects. 准备一些小活动, so I would like you to participate because I think the best learning is not me talking, is by doing and by participation. So that's why I asked you to write your name. So I'm going to ask you questions or we're going to interact a lot. So that's the design thinking time. And then number 3 is plan your future. I actually also prepared some personal business model. Like I would like to invite you to think about some questions and we can discuss. So in a Q&A, that's on the agenda for today. All right, so me, I am Emily, and my students call me 米粒老师 or teacher Emily. I'm the founder of Onion Ear Academy, 洋葱耳音乐小学堂, and I'm also a podcast producer. This is 儿童热门节目. It's called 洋葱耳小旅行. So right now, what you see is I mainly work with children. But before this, I have worked with a lot of different projects in film scoring. 之前在做很多配乐相关的工作. And then I'll share with you how I ended up here. 我会跟你们分享我最后为什么到了这里来. So this is me so far. 然后我现在 I try to integrate creativities, composing, and technology in my children's piano learning, music learning. 我致力就是结合创意、数位科技，还有我会教孩子创作，带他们做 animation in my teaching. So that's what I do right now. And this is just some of my resume. It's not that important, but you can have a look. This is my 我的之前的一些学历，然后一些之前的一些 workshop invitation， 就是有被邀约的一些讲座 quite a lot. So and also 我之前做了很多的作品，音乐的 my music design projects. So it has a lot of documentaries or films or theater or apps 都有涉略，剧场的、电影的、纪录片、广告之前都有蛮多经验。So that's my music design experiences. So if you want to know more about me, I have a QR code, or you can come here. I can share with you some of my work here. Oops, that's okay. Don't worry. So the game, like I said, I don't want this is just me. I want to know more about you because I'm sure you have a lot of experiences that I would like to know about. So the icebreaker game is called 2 truth, 1 false. 2个对的，1个错的. So I'm gonna ask you to think about 3 things that you did in your life. 就是想要请你们想一想3件事情你做过的，2个 2 is correct, 1 is false. 有1个是错的. And then we're gonna guess which one is false. Okay, so I'm gonna start. 大家可以想一下，想个3件事情你做过的 things that you did. 然后我会先请你们猜我的， Okay, so I want to give you 10 seconds. Think about three things that you did before, because I'm going to go around and ask you, and everybody's going to guess. Okay, just a quick game. So I get to know you. If you want to write down, if you cannot remember 3 things that you did, but remember one is false. 一个是错的哦，不要让我们猜到。另外2个是对的。Okay? So are you ready? 10 seconds. 3 things that you did. Anything. Be creative. Any volunteer? 有要自愿的吗？ No? Me? Okay, I'll start. Are you ready? No? 想一下 3 things. 很简单。打工过的工作 is anything that you did before. Hi, come in. Welcome. We are just about to play a game, okay? So come join us. All right, you ready? I'll start. I know nobody will volunteer. The Taiwanese style. Okay, I'll start. I'm gonna share you 3 things that I did. Okay, you can ask me questions to find out which one is false. Okay. Number 1, I used to be in a girls rock band, a main vocalist. 我是一个女生摇滚乐团里面的女主唱. So that's number 1. Okay. And number 2, I'm gonna say 3 things. Number 2, I used to work for a record shop, 就是在唱片公司里，唱片行工作当店员。Number 2, okay. And number 3, I used to work for international coordinator for big events like French office or film festival. 我之前担任过影展或者是法国在台协会的国际联络员。So 3 things. Which one is false? Which one is true? Hey, you can ask me questions.
French.
No, you want to ask me about French office, how I work?
Yeah.
Oh, it's an event organized by French office, 法国在台协会. They organize an event for the French very famous record company to come over Taiwan to visit. So I have to organize a party and also book for their hotels and things like that.
Sounds like real.
Sounds like real? I can make it up. Any other questions?
Any other?
Jay? Which one is real? Which one is false? You can speak Mandarin if you want. Don't worry, you don't have to speak English. I understand Mandarin. Number 3, what was number 3?
False.
What was number 3? I forgot. French office? The film festival. Yeah. You think it's false?
Yeah.
Oh, why? You think I don't have the ability to work for the film festival? No?
乱猜。
Okay.
前2个看起来比较是真的。
Okay.
像警察。
Oh, really? Thank you. Okay, thanks, Jake. Any other guess? No? No idea? Jerry, you want to have a guess? Number 1 is false. The vocalist? You think I'm not a vocalist?
I guess that is maybe not.
Maybe not. I should be the keyboardist, maybe. Not a vocalist. And thank you, Jerry. What's your English name?
My name is Sharon.
Sharon. Okay. We were playing a game. Like you can guess which one was false. It's okay. If you don't, you can get into it. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you the answer. The answer is number 2. I don't work. Never work for a record shop. 我没有帮唱片公司，我没有在唱片公司工作过，就是打那个店，唱片行。Never. I buy a lot of records, but I don't work there. But the film festival coordinator, 联络员 is true. And the French office is true. And the vocalist is true. Yes, I was a vocalist for a girl rock band. Yeah, I used to sing and play piano when I was younger. So that's about me. I want to choose. Did you think about yours? Quickly. Like, anyone want to volunteer? I want to know more about you. Really.
Oh, you pick one. Yeah, no volunteer.
No volunteers. Damn, Jay. And you're sitting right in front of me. So, can you tell us 3 things in Mandarin? And then we'll guess. Okay. 应该蛮好猜的。
那我就跟我们讲咯。
Yeah, sure.
Number 1.
Okay.
我做过 外送，就是货物外送员。
哦。
对。
OK。
Number 2。
OK。
我是一个剧场配乐。第3个，我是
I think that's false. Because you think so long.
我是一个。Oh no！ 我全部都选对的。
You're so cute.
我再重改。
Okay.
来，我重新改一次。
Okay. This game is hard, right?
Yeah.
It's tricky.
好 ，Number 1。Number 1，我是一个剧场配乐。第2个，我是一个业务。
Okay.
第3个，我是一个我之前有做过美术相关工作。
Okay. I'm gonna ask you, what's the sales for? 业务是卖什么？What do you sell?
汽车零件。
Cars.
Yeah, cars. 汽机车。
Anybody help? And then number 3 is the art-related job. Like, what is it? Can you tell us more information?
这像是
Like drawing or?
Yeah.
Anybody want to guess?
有参展过。
参展过. Or like the word itself?
Yeah.
Anyone want to guess which one's true? Sharon, which one is true? You think? Or which one is false? 我们要猜错的. Which one is false? Number 2, the sales for the cars. Oh, number 3, the art thing. Okay, you're not arty enough. 没有艺术感，大家没有猜。I'm sorry. Jerry, any guess? Oh, so he knows you.
Yeah.
Okay. Alice, you want to have a guess? Oh, you know him? Do you know him? You don't know him. Okay. Which one is false?
3.
I'm sorry. I guess number 2. So they are right. You're not arty enough to be the artist. I'm so sorry. Thank you. But you did sell for cars, like car-related stuff. Oh wow, that's so cool. So you do music for theater, and you also like on the side job, you sell things for. Wow, that's very cross-disciplinary. 很跨域耶. That's very 跨域. That's good. So yeah, shares. I think you will have some really interesting ideas about theater music. Does it help you, like working in the car industry? 你觉得有帮助你吗？在做 No.
这个正职啦，所以还是要赚钱。
Maybe you can think in that way. Maybe, yeah. I can share some of my experiences with you. All right. I think we don't have time to play this game with all of you, but thank you, Jay, for sharing some of your experiences. Thank you. Yeah, and now you know. So you can, from what I shared now, you can tell. Actually, I do have a lot of experiences in different fields. 就是我刚刚分享的我的简单的2个工作 It's only 2 of many jobs that I did. 是很跨域的，在电影影展 film festival, a coordinator, and also a band. And then later on, I'm going to share with you. So today I chose this topic because I think in this AI generation, I think this is very important. We don't have a choice of whether you want to be cross-disciplinary. 我们已经没有选择你要不要跨域了. It's like a must. You have to because AI can do anything. So what can you do? Well, you have to work with a team. You have to work with different fields to have a very creative thinking about what you want to do. So that's why I chose this topic to share with you. And this because that's what I've been doing. So basically, this is my timeline. The red words that you see is I highlighted because that's more cross-disciplinary experience. So I was born in 1980, and then I moved to New Zealand when I was 13 years old by myself. So I lived in New Zealand. 住在纽西兰13岁的时候 I went to New Zealand, and then from then onwards, I think I was very lucky. During my high school education, we were able to choose what we wanted to do. 我们在高中的时候就可以开始选修你想要读的东西. So I was very lucky I get the chance to really think about what I want to do. So I was a very arty person. 我还蛮喜欢艺术的. So on top of music, I learned music when I was little, like And then when I went to New Zealand, 我们没有音乐班 but we can choose music as our major in high school. So music was my major. I also chose art history, graphic design. So I had the chance to explore a lot of different things when I was in high school. And then I went to university, Auckland University. I actually got in as a music major. 考进去的时候是音乐系。But then I got really bored with music. I was like, from little, 10, 15, 16 years old music, I kind of got really bored. So I went to the film department. 我去了电影系旁听. And I was like, wow, I love films. So I'm gonna switch. So I switched over to film TV studies. I quit my music degree. But at the same time, because my parents were really worried about me studying music and art and film, they're like, you know how Asian parents are. 亚洲家长都会说这个很穷欸。So they wanted me to go study another degree, commerce, Bachelor of Commerce, 就是商学位。So I didn't tell anybody. Not many people know like I have a commerce degree because I did it for my parents. So I had another degree. I had 2 degrees, commerce and film and TV studies. So you can think about it. Commerce and film is a very contradicting, very opposite kind of fields. 是很相反的一个领域。So can you imagine one day in the morning, 8 o'clock lecture, I go to accounting class, 去会计 or calculus or statistics, 微积分跟统计学 and then the next hour I need to go to the film class is talking about feminism, socialism. 我下一个小时就会去电影的，可能要读社会学、女性主义。So it's very contrasting, it's very big opposite kind, you can say cross-disciplinary, 就是很跨领域嘛。So I was doing that when I was at a university, but I didn't know it's cross-disciplinary. 我不觉得那是跨领域，我只是觉得 I need to fulfill my dad's expectation, otherwise he will not pay for my tuition. 我如果不符合我爸的期待，我就会没有学费可以读书了。So when I was doing commerce, that was my mindset. But then I didn't really quit music. I was continuing with music because at that time my school had jazz department. 那时候我们学校成立了爵士音乐系，然后我没有考进。But then I asked the professor, 我很不要脸，我就跑去问 professor, I love jazz so much. Can you let me sit in the whole year with you guys? And then I'll sit and I'll listen. And then he was really nice. He let me sit in. 他让我旁听了一整年，然后他让我上去弹 ，like in a big band， 在大乐就是爵士大乐队，他都让我去。这是我遇到贵人，就是 so I was in the music department at the same time. And my best friend was in the fine art department. 我有一个好朋友，他是艺术界的，就是他是念美术系的。So I had the opportunity to go with him, to sit with him, 就是跟他旁听，而且 a lot of his projects and essays were written by me. 他的功课都是我帮他做的。So I was in these 4 different fields: music, fine art, commerce, and film and TV studies. I was enriched. 我真的被沉浸在这4个领域，就是 Can you imagine like switching different modes? 一直在跳不同的思维，跳不同的体验。So that's my university. So that explains how when I come back to Taiwan, I had the opportunity to work with a lot of different fields. So then, and I think after I graduated in New Zealand, I also stayed for 1 year. I worked as a musical pianist. 我帮音乐剧弹钢琴。And then I worked for New Zealand record company. 我真的有帮一个唱片公司工作，但不是在唱片行。是 work， 他们去拍 MV 的时候，我会跟在旁边 ，like a little assistant. That's what I did in New Zealand. And then 我去了 School of Audio Engineering, but 是录音工程。But I was very basic, just like a certificate. So I'm sure you are more professional than me. So I was only a basic, and I know that one student asked about whether I study for transcodec. Is it? I don't know who.
too much engineering, yeah.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what that is. Because we at the School of Audio Engineering 是我不知道这间学校大家知不知道，它是全世界蛮有名的，是School of 是专门教录音工程，在国外。那它有分 certificate, diploma. So I only did certificate. So what we did is we will get to record in the recording studio， 就是会去认识怎么录音啊，很基础的。So I was only interested in I was very basic, but I wasn't really interested in that when I was at the university. So 我只有拿 certificate. 对，所以就那个老师问的那个我真的就不是很清楚，但是谢谢你提问。Yeah, so just let you know that my experiences. Then I come back to Taiwan. I had a lot of experiences. I worked for the film festival, 在影展工作，然后帮朱宗庆工作也有，然后法国在台协会 French office, and then I was an English teacher as well, and I had my girl rock band. And also I started my film scoring, 开始做配乐的工作 when I was about 2008-ish. And so I had a lot of experiences in 就是刚刚跟大家提的 like 配乐 in theater, 戏剧 apps, games, things like that. And then why I suddenly switched over to education? 我为什么又跑到教育界呢? It's around 2008, I think my health got really, really bad. Because I know some of you already have some 配乐的经验, like you don't really get paid well, and you don't really eat well and sleep well. So I think around when I was about 30, I got really, really bad health. 就是有健康的状况，然后就我觉得it's not very good for me. So I started thinking, and then also I got married. So we bought a house. So the reality comes is you have to have a stable income. 要有稳定的收入来缴房贷嘛。So that really got me thinking, okay, I really love film scoring, but I really do need a stable income. It's a very reality check kind of situation. It's 不是很梦幻，就是一个很现实的问题。我需要稳定的收入。So then my husband said, hey, you are very good at teaching. I think you should teach. At first, I had to admit, I really hated it. I never wanted to be a teacher. I think I'm an artist. I think I'm a film score artist. I don't want to teach children. My God. But I moved to Taoyuan, so I started my little 1年 洋葱耳的 music education business there. And then I found out I really like it. I really enjoy teaching kids and interact with kids, and also integrate all the things that I did throughout my life into teaching children. And that's where it leads me right now. It's been 5 years, and I've gained a lot, I've learned a lot, so I can share a little bit more about that in next onwards. So, like, this is it's very brief like introduction of my experiences. So, I really wanna, you can tell, 你们可以从我的经验看到我有很多的跨领域的经验 like film, art, 还有 running your own business, 自己创业其实也是一个很需要 cross-disciplinary thinking 的，因为你常常在 deal with not music stuff, you're dealing with numbers, dealing with people, dealing with communications. That's very, very neat. You need to be very cross-disciplinary in able to run a successful business. So I want to